All right, are we live? Let me know if we were live. If we are live, let me know if you can hear me. It is exactly 8 o'clock p.m. right now. I've been so well on time this week. Hey Hannah, hey Maria. Hi Tribeca. Hi Abigail. Welcome everyone to this stream, which is going to be the final stream of this week. Live stream number 5. So this week flew by so fast. I'll wait for some people to tune in. It will probably be a bit less, fewer people than yesterday because it's Friday night. So maybe a lot of people are out, going out tonight. If you're here, say hello. Hi Florian. Welcome everybody. Alright, so I started this ornament on Wednesday and I'm going to complete it today. That should be possible. I don't want to stream as long as I did yesterday. I streamed for 2.5 hours, which was really, really long. So I'm trying to keep it between 1.5 and 2 hours. So that should be possible because I've gotten a long way already. So I need to finish it within 1.5 hours. Let's do that. I have that thing where you have goopy eyes. Goopy eyes? I'm not sure what you mean. Alright, I'm just going to get started. I am going to put some more color into the ornament and then I'm going to complete the yellow thingies. And in the meantime, let me know what your plans are for the weekend. Also, I have zoomed in a bit more. When I started this ornament in the previous live stream, I felt like it was a little too small for you guys to see, so I zoomed in as much as I could. So I hope you guys are able to see it better now. I'm going in with middle cadmium red and I'm going to add some more red to the ornament in circular motions. Hi River Daisy, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much. wrapping Christmas gifts and drawing a dog as a gift for my sister. Oh, that's a really nice gift to give. Drawings are always good. Oh, I will explain my materials once again. So I'm using Faber-Castell Polychromos, colored pencils, on a Hannemühle sketchbook, a toned sketchbook. And then I use my white Caran d'Ache luminance for blending the colors together. Tribeca says, I missed the live stream for the start of this piece. Is that real glitter on the yellow part? No, it is my white Sakura Jelly Roll pen. So with adding the white highlights, I'm going to make it appear as it is glitter. So someone suggested as well to use a gold glitter pen, which also was a really good idea, but unfortunately, I don't have that at home, so I'll have to create a similar look with just the pencils and the white gel pen. Sally, I will do the same effect on the other 3 patterns, so I will show that to you, how I do that. Actually, this one isn't finished, so I'll have to do a lot of work still, but the glittery effect you mainly achieve by high contrast. So the contrast has to be really, really high. It's like the same as drawing water. So to get that glistening effect on drying water, you'd have to have the contrast so high. It's all about the lighting. So I'll add some more red. Now that I can look at it with a fresh eye, I see that the whole ornament needs to be darker. Especially the bottom as well. And then here, finally, I will draw the snow here, the fake snow. Thank you, Tribeca. Hannah says, my white jelly roll, you can hardly see. Well, what are you using it on? Are you using it on the same type of paper or on another type of paper? Also, I found like you have to hold the pen very vertically. So almost like this. If you hold it too much like that, there won't be any ink there. So in order for the ink to flow out really well, you'd have to hold it quite vertically. And don't push too hard. All right. Thank you, Sally. Judy asks, doesn't the gel pen chip off? It could chip off. You can actually really easily remove it from the paper again, but I won't sell this drawing. I wouldn't recommend using the gel pen on drawings that you're going to sell because they are not archival and they do chip off. So I only use it for illustrations like this that I'm not going to sell. Much more impressive than if you had used a glitter pen, is it? Maybe a glitter pen would give a really nice effect, but trying to get the same result with just normal pens and pencils is actually a really good practice. I want to add some more red on the highlighted parts. Let's go for Pale Geranium Lake. Alright, so I have blocked strawberry. So this morning I posted a poll to see which animal I should draw in my live streams next week. So I want to start a new wildlife portrait in pastels. So I asked you which one of 4 animals I should draw. And you could choose from fox, a deer, a reindeer, or a snowy owl. So if you haven't voted yet, go vote. I think the fox and the snowy owl owl is a really hard word to say. They're pretty close to each other now. But on that post, I got such a rude comment from a girl that has been leaving really rude comments in the past year or so on my channel. But she said something like, you asked us for suggestions to revive your channel, but still you're doing whatever you want. And for some reason, that comment has been stuck in my head for the rest of the day. And I'm wondering if that strawberry account from the comments just now was the same person, because I blocked her. And I wondered if she had created a new account so she could start trolling my comments. Hannah, the poll is on the community tab. So above my account, you can see a tab which is called community, and there you can see the poll. Yeah, I just don't understand why young girls like that would behave that way. I've tried to help her in the past, and she has been leaving rude comments only. So I blocked her today, but I've been trying to do as many different videos as I could think of these past months. So that comment really got to me, because I'm trying to listen to your suggestions. Alright, so let's continue working on the golden parts. Let's add some more color to those. I want to get in with some burnt sienna and create some more value in these parts, especially at the bottom because there's a shadow there. So I have to make sure that the bottom area is the darkest and then the center area is lightened up. Greetings from Switzerland. Hi, welcome to my stream. Yeah, it's sad, right? I don't get a lot of very negative comments, luckily, but if I get one, for some reason they get stuck in my head and they change my mood. I shouldn't let comments like that influence my mood, but it has. Because I do want to make as many people happy as possible. So with the burnt sienna, I'm just adding dots. I want to create the glistening effect, so I have to create those darker dots surrounded by the very light dots created by the jelly roll pen. And that way I want to create a very high contrast in the drawing. Everybody go vote for the fox. Actually, I would love to draw the fox, but I would love to draw the snowy owl as well. Maybe if it ends up to be really close together, I would draw both if I can manage that. It's been a long while since I drew a fox. I am going in with Bister now. Yes, the poll is under the community tab. Alright, so this one is almost finished. Oh, no problem, Hannah. Thanks, Monica. I think when this is all finished, it will really come together. Hi, Nasha. Did I say that right? Alright, so let's move on to this one now, the left one. I'm noticing now that I drew the shapes of these leaf things a little bit different from the reference photo. I drew them a little bit bigger, but I don't mind really. I think it looks nice. We need some Christmas music in the background. Yeah, I've tried that, but I'm not sure how that works. I'm still a little bit of a noob when it comes to live streaming, so I haven't found out yet how to put on background music in the background without me having to put it up in my room in order for the microphone to pick it up, because that is really annoying. Starting to look quite nice, isn't it? Maybe this would be a good illustration to put on Christmas cards. No Christmas music. I've been listening to Christmas music all week long. Alright, let's get on with this one now. First, I want to darken up the base tone a bit more. So I'm going in with Bister, which is a nice brown tone. Oh yes, definitely. YouTube gets very, very picky when it comes to copyright. So once I was recording a tutorial for Patreon, and my dad had his music up in the room next to mine, and some of that music, it got through my wall and my camera picked it up, and I put that on YouTube and I got flagged for it. So I got notified of that, and if you have 3 of those flags, you have a chance of your channel getting demonetized or deleted. Nasha asks, do you like Christmas? Wow, talking is really hard for me tonight. I love Christmas. I really love Christmas. I like the lights the most. Just the lights everywhere in the city. And of course presents. I love the subtle sounds of the pencils on the paper and the little clicks they make when you put them down. Yeah, I love the sound of pencils as well. Colored pencils especially. Judy asks, that's a hard word, how old are you? I am 23 and a half, but I know I sound a bit younger than I am. Alright, so let's get in with the gel pen now. So what I first like to do is to test it out on my hand, see if it works. Let the ink flow through, and then I place it on the paper quite vertically, and then I just dot in the areas where I see the most highlights. Oh, Hannah asks, what's it like in the Netherlands? It is cold here and wet, very rainy and dark. So it's been kind of depressing here. But overall, it's a nice country. Judy says, tell us about yourself. What would you like to know? Feel free to ask me anything. What does ASMR stand for? Actually, I have no idea. I'm not into ASMR. I forgot the word at all. That's what I wanted to say. I'm not into ASMR at all. I think it's kind of annoying. Rebecca asks, do you think you will sell any prints of this one or the one from last night? Not sure. This one would be nice to sell prints of, but I've tried selling prints of my originals a few times, but they never sell, so I stopped doing prints. How did you get into realistic drawing? I've always been into realistic drawing, but I started practicing officially when I was about 18, 19 maybe. So I was on a forum about horses back then, and I found some artists from the Netherlands that were doing some really realistic drawings, and I looked up to them so much, so I started practicing, trying to do it myself, and that's how I got into it. Yes, the gel pen does work on mixed media. It doesn't work on pastels though, but it does work on watercolors and colored pencils, but it's not lightfast. Alright, I think that's enough of the white for now. I want to buy one of your pieces, but I can't afford an original. Yeah, that's the problem quite often. I would sell prints for around 15 euros, but I've tried it so many times and they just don't sell, so I do run a business and I do want to make sure that I make money, so spending time on something that doesn't work is something that I can't do anymore. But maybe I'll think about it. I'm going in with dark red now, and I am cleaning up the edges around these patterns. What is the difference between chalk and soft pastel? I would say these are almost the same. So soft pastels contain chalk, so it's not completely the same, but they are the same kind of substance, I would say. So when I say chalk pastels, I mean soft pastels, and these are the same. But there are also harder pastels, so harder pastels, which aren't soft pastels and still contain chalk. So I would say chalk is the ingredient and soft pastel is the material. If you know what I mean. That was a really messy explanation. I really like this red. I don't think I've used it in the previous stream of doing this ornament, but I really like this red. Yep, I'm going to finish this drawing tonight, in the stream. Hopefully. Can you hear the storm outside? It's storming. It's still storming. It has been storming the whole day. Yep, Strathmore has the same kind of sketchbooks. So I also really like the Strathmore toned tan and the Strathmore toned grey, which I've used before. This one is from Hallemühle, and I'm not sure where I got it from. I've been using it for a long time. Or maybe I could show you some of the other drawings in this sketchbook when I'm done with this one. If you want some bright colors, you should try adding a prisma to your collection. They have a vast variety of colors. They can blend layer and they have a wax bloom. Yeah, I've never tried the prismas before. I do know that they are pretty hard to get here in the Netherlands, and I know they are not that lightfast. So for my pet portrait work, they wouldn't be that suitable. But if I ever get my hands on them, I do want to try them out. Alright, let's put some more contrast in this part. I'll add... Let's do some more bistre again. Maybe some walnut brown as well. Yep, let's add some walnut brown. It's a darker brown. With that, I can add some of the darker shadows in this pattern. So now I'm just drawing in between the highlights I just put in to hype up the contrast and create the glittery effect. Yeah, you can probably find this sketchbook on Amazon. And the sketchbook is called Hannemühle. Kraftpapier. The brand is Hannemühle. All right. Adding some more burnt sienna. Hi Elvis. Many people complain that the prisms are hard to sharpen and aren't very high quality. Yep, I've heard of a bad batch of some boxes of prisms just breaking off and some pencils not being able to sharpen them. But I also heard that they've improved, so I'm not sure what to believe now. But they aren't the highest quality pencils. Alright, let's do some final work on this part and then I'll move on to the right part. So you can tone down some of these highlights by just going over with pencil again. That's a train. No, for the price you can't go wrong. They are very reasonably priced compared to the Caran d'Ache. Alright, some final highlights now. Over here as well. Alright, let's move on. Oh no, I've never tried the Derwents yet. The Derwent lightfasts. I've heard a lot of good things about those as well. I should try those out. Does anyone in the comments have the Derwent lightfast? Let me know what you think of them. In my opinion, the only bad thing is the wax bloom, which I just wipe off with a tissue, which also gives a softer blend. Yep, I've never experienced any wax bloom because I'm using mostly the polychromos. But how would you prevent that if you were to sell a drawing which would get framed? Adding some more orange. What Caran d'Ache set do you recommend purchasing? I have never purchased a set. I just started purchasing the individual colors that I thought I would need for my pet portraits. And that's what I've done with the polychromos as well. I just started off with a very small set of polychromos, a 12, and then I just started purchasing the individual pencils. Alright, let's move on. Time to do the right side. In the same way, so I'm going to darken the whole base layer up with Bister, and then I'll be adding my white jelly roll. Thanks, James. You don't need high-end pencils, you just need to know how to use the ones you have. That's a really good statement. I agree with that. Except for if you want to sell the drawings you make, because the materials have to be archival to a certain extent if you want to sell them. But if you're not planning on selling the drawings, there's no need in getting super high-end pencils, and you definitely don't need a full set. You can already come a long way with just a small set and trying to learn how to blend the colors together. I've made a video about that, but I still haven't uploaded it. Maybe I should upload that one soon. Oh, thank you for joining, Maria. Have a nice evening. Alright, this one on the right, this one's pretty dark. So I'm going to darken this one up quite a lot. And it doesn't need to be super even. It's good if there's a little bit of texture in there. Not completely happy with the shape of this. My art teacher wanted us to draw an entire color wheel with just red, yellow, blue to learn how to blend. Yes, that was exactly the video that I made but haven't uploaded yet. But yes, that's a very good exercise. I think I'm going to add some red to this too. Want a bit of a red glow over here. Thank you, Phoebe. I pronounced that right, right? Alright, so this one is darkened up quite a lot now. And I don't want to put in too many highlights there, but there are quite a few here on this top leaf. So again, with my jelly roll, I'm just recreating those textures that I see. I have no idea what 8th grade is. We have a totally different system here in the Netherlands, so no idea what all these grades are. Well, our system is based on groups and classes. So when you are below, what is it? Below 12, you are like in middle school. I think it's middle school. So you start with school when you're 7 years old, 6 years old. Then you're in group 1. And then you go to group 2 and group 3. And eventually, when you're 11 or 12, you're in group 8. And that's the final group of middle school, and then you go to high school. So we start here in high school when we're about 13. And then you're in class 1, then you go to class 2. And depending on your level, the years you are in school depend on your level. So the lowest level is 4 years, then you have the middle level, which is 5 years, and the highest level of high school here is 6 years. That's really hard to explain in English. I've never explained that before. Is the Dutch school system weird? I'm not sure. I find the American school system really weird. But it just depends on what you're used to. Have you ever drawn a cow before? No, I've never drawn a cow before. Just haven't gotten the opportunity yet. Alright, so this is looking quite well so far. I think it's almost time to move on to the top part. Yes, when you are 4, you're in group 1. Yes, I said that wrong. We're starting in school when we are 4 here in the Netherlands. I'm adding some extra darkness to the bottom. Oh, bye, Monica. My teacher know to draw realism, and she says to me that I must for now practice things. Yeah, just practice as much as you can. Draw every day if you can. And the more you draw, the better you will learn to see things. And the better you'll learn how to observe, the more realistic your drawings will become. Alright, so time to move on to this part. So there are a lot of different tiny details in there. I'm not going to redraw everything super realistically, but I'll see how far I come just by adding contrast. So I'm starting with Bister. Darkening the top area a bit more. Yes, exactly, Hannah. Every artist needs to practice hard, work many hours to achieve a certain level. I do believe in natural interest, so being naturally interested in something and therefore being able to learn something faster, but I don't really believe in talent. Are you a full-time artist? Yes, I am. I've been working full-time as an artist since the end of 2016. So this was my second full year. Have you ever cried about art? When you was in my ages? Well, I cried about art about last week. So yes, definitely. But actually, when I was 13, I wasn't super interested in art yet, or at least not very seriously, so I never spent too much time worrying about art. So the worrying came in the last years since I started working full time. I can't find inspiration anymore. Well, then I would suggest to just take a break. Usually when you take a break, the inspiration will come again. Thanks, Abigail. Sure, Jana. It's good to start as young as possible. And just enjoy practicing. But of course for art, there's not a certain age requirement or restriction, so how old you are really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you are enjoying what you're doing. Alright, let's add some highlights now to this top area part. Still don't know what that's called. So I'm taking my jelly roll pen again, testing it out on my hand, and then I'm just dotting that in. When did I start using pastels? Well, I tried pastels somewhere in 2015, but I didn't like them at all, so I quit again. And then I started picking them up in 2016. Then I did that galaxy drawing that has about 4.5 million views here on my YouTube channel right now. So that was actually one of the first pastel drawings that I did, and then I started to really like them. I always wonder, is artist good job, but I really love to be with my animals and do drawing. Yeah, if you like freedom and if you like planning your own schedule and being able to be with your animals at the same time, I think being an artist is a good job. But you could also choose a stable job that has to do with animals and do drawing in your free time. Yes, I'm definitely a big perfectionist. I think all artists are in some way. How did you decide colored pencil was your main medium in art? I don't know, it kind of went that way. When I tried colored pencils for the first time, I really loved them, even more than pastels. And then when I started practicing more, people started commissioning me right away. So I knew that there was an audience for it. So yeah, that's how it went basically. I don't really like this. I'm going to tone down the vibrancy of these highlights by just adding a little bit of yellow on top. How much live will you do? What's the time? I think I will stream for another half an hour. Let's do half an hour. And then I will start live streaming again on Monday. And then I will be streaming every work day of the week until Christmas. And this week actually went by so fast. I really, really enjoyed doing all these live streams. And they really helped me as well with my English and getting out of my comfort zone a little bit more. So I really love doing these live streams. How to fix your mistakes. I must say that I don't often make big mistakes anymore. And when I do make a big mistake in a commission drawing, I just start over. But that hasn't happened anymore in a long time. And also, if I do make a mistake, I just pretend like it's supposed to be there. Alright, I'm not sure if I like this, but I think I will just keep on going. See if I can adjust this later on. And when it comes to the live streams, I think I will keep live streaming just around this time. So this time works great for me. And I think it's important to create some sort of a routine so that people know how late to watch, how late to tune in. So I think I will keep this streaming time as my go-to schedule for the live streams. Oh, goed zo, Petra. Ik ben benieuwd hoe jouw kerstbal eruit komt te zien. Abigail asks, are you going to draw the snow today? Yes, I'm definitely going to draw the snow today. I'll be finishing up this part soon, and then I'll be moving on with the snow. So let's do this little thingy now. And it is really hard to see, I must say. So I think I will draw that in with, let's do a gray. Let's do this one. I'm going for Payne's Gray. It's a bluish gray, which I really like to use. I'm going to draw in this ring here. So parts of the ring are a bit yellowish and parts are a bit grayish blue. So I'm only going to color in the blue parts now. And then with Bister, going to fill the rest of the ring in. Oh, it's a bit crooked. Never mind. Crooked, I mean. A little bit of yellow on top of that. Oh, Oh, that's no problem, Hannah. You can comment as much as you want. I'm really glad you're liking the live streams. It feels like I actually have friends. It does kind of feel that way. And I really like that. Alright, so now with the Jelly Roll pen again, I'm going to create some little highlights on this ring. Just a few. To make it look like metal. Like that. Alright, I think it's time now to move on to the snow. So the snow is pretty light, but the ornament is reflecting some of the red tone onto the snow, which means there's a little bit of a pinkish reddish tone onto the snow. What I'm going to do first is, I think I'm just going to create a little base layer. Let's see. Where is my light gray? This one. This one. These are going to be my colors for the snow. Alright, so first I want to make sure that the edge here has a nice shape to it, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit more before we start adding in the white. Or I am. Oh yes, next time you guys are definitely invited to draw along with me. That would be really fun. I think for the next live stream, if I'm starting the wildlife portraits, I will provide you with the reference photo before I start, so for those who want to draw along can make sure that they have their sketch set up before the live stream starts. Also, if you haven't voted yet for the animal, you can vote in the community tab. And I posted a poll there today, which is going to decide which animal I will do in the live streams next week. Alright, let's get this sharpened. Trying to catch up with the comments. Alright, first let's do a little shadow. So there's a shadow here that is cast by the ornament. Drawing that in with cold gray. This is cold gray number 233. I hate sharpening my colored pencil. Why? Alright, let's add some red to that. I'll be adding Pale Granium Lake to that shadow. Just a little bit of red. And then because there's some purple, I'm also going to put in some purple. Yes, I will be starting the animal that has the most votes. I will be starting that on Monday. And then I hope I can get it finished within about 3 live streams, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so now I'm going to add some white. On the edges. Making sure to not go over the edges because I don't want to smudge the white into the ornament. Oh, bye, Tammy. Thanks for tuning in. Can't talk. It's pastel white. This is a colored pencil. This is the white Caran d'Ache Luminance. Alright, and I'm just going on top of the shadow I drew in. Actually, I'm not sure how far down I'm going to take this snow. I don't want to take it all the way down because I think that looks really weird. So I think I'm just going to let it fade out. Yeah, when it comes to the voting, the snowy owl and the fox are going on top right now. I think it will be one of those two that I'll be drawing. And I think either one of them would be really, really fun. Maybe the snowy owl would be a little bit less difficult. Just wanted you to know that your videos are really awesome and helpful. Don't give up. Well, thank you so much. This is really nice to hear. Especially after the rude comment I got this morning, which none of you have seen because I've deleted it. But I've gotten some really rude comments. I think some of you want the fox. I'm seeing some subtle suggestions. But we'll see. Alright, so basically I'm just scribbling this white all over, and then I want to make it fade out. How far should I take it down? It looks weird to just cut it off. Do you do an art school? No, I don't. What does your family think of your art? Well, they really like it, and they are really proud of me. When I started being a full-time artist, they weren't so supportive because my family wanted me to complete my studies. But I didn't. So at the start, they were kind of skeptical, but now they are just really proud of me, I hope. Yep, I'm definitely going to add more gray. It's a little bit flat right now. I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Hannah. I hope tomorrow is better. Oh, I feel like I need to sneeze. I really don't want to sneeze on camera. Oh, bye, River Daisy. I'll catch you in another live stream. Alright, I don't want to do too much to this. I do want to add some more shading in the snow. So I'm going to add some red, some pinkish tones as well. Yep, Abigail. I am keeping the weekends free. So I will be streaming again on Monday. Alright, so this still looks a little bit flat, so I think I want to pull out some highlights with the white gel pen, because even on white pencil, the white gel pen stands out really well. So with this I want to create some glistening effects in the snow, especially here at the top. I hope you'll be able to see that on camera. Probably not. So sometimes the pen just stops working. Then I test it out on my hand again. How much longer for the stream? I'm now finishing up, and then I will show you some of the other sketches in the sketchbook, and then I'm finished. So it will be another, let's do 10 minutes. My gel pen doesn't want to work anymore. Yep, you can always watch back the recording. Let's do some sparkles in the sky. to make it extra wintry. Don't want to add too many sparkles. This one is really weird. That's better. All right, I think I'm done. What do you think? Oh, bye, Hannah. Thank you so much for joining the stream and have a really nice weekend. Okay, done. I think this is my favorite illustration so far from the stream. Let me know which drawing you like the best from this week's streams. Okay, so I promised to do a little sketchbook tour, so I'm just going to see what I'll find. I have no idea. As you can see, it's not full yet. Definitely not full, but there are some illustrations in there. Here's a little feather that I did for my YouTube channel as well. Have you seen the video? This was the Time for Change video. And here is a scar illustration that I never finished. Maybe I should finish this one. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we have a little deer here. that I did for Inktober in 2017. We have this dragon. I don't think I filmed this. This was for Instagram. Put this up on Instagram. Will you put music for next video, for next time? I'm not sure. If I find out how that works, maybe. Another dragon that I wasn't happy with. Another scar. So I do really like Disney. I've always liked to draw Disney characters, so I still do it in my free time. Look at this. I think this is one of my favorite drawings. This probably took me a long time. If you want to buy this one, let me know. Oh, here we have a peacock feather that I never finished. Do you like this one? I was planning on doing this for a YouTube video, but I never finished it. So I threw away the video footage. Oh, yeah, what makes you pick just a random page to draw on? I don't like to work in chronological order. I just pick a page that appears inspirational to me, and then I just randomly work through the sketchbook. Here's an orca that I did a long time ago. Also in a YouTube video. So the process is still up there. This is a cougar that I messed up. This one I still really like. This is just a pony that I sketched, a little foal. And I really like this style of drawing. I hope you're able to see. I really like this drawing. Another really ugly dragon. You can see that the difference in levels is really high in this sketchbook. There are some really good drawings here, but also some super bad ones. Are you going to draw something now? I'm already done drawing. I just finished. So now I'm just showing you random sketches in my sketchbook. This one is up on YouTube as well. This one is cute, isn't it? I was thinking of doing a thumper with a Christmas hat for the streams, but I thought that would be a little bit too childish maybe. Let me know if you want to see thumper with the Christmas hat. Empty. Oh. Another horse. Where's my ornament? There it is. And the last one I want to show you, this rose that I also really like. I drew this one for a video as well. I really like this one. This one is also for sale, so if you want to buy it, you can always message me. Oh, and that's my Halloween drawing. Something that I never finished. Alright, there we are again, back at the ornament, and I'm going to wrap up the stream now. I hope you liked seeing the sketches in my sketchbook. There are probably a lot more in here, but I want to save those for another time. So thank you so much for watching this week. I had a lot of fun, and then I will see you on Monday when I start a new wildlife piece. So thank you all so much for watching. Oh, some final comments. Of all those drawings, the stick horse is the best. I bet it's worth a ton. I want to hang that on my wall so bad. Well, I will sell it for about 250 euros plus shipping. So feel free to message me, and then I'll send you my PayPal address. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching the streams, and then I'll see you on Monday. Bye guys! How do I stop?